I handle you in the night, cut the blood purple. Can't get over you like me just trying to jump around. Why did I choose that? It's like cookie butter. Sun dog type thing was fun. Making everything seem like you making everything seem like it's nothing. Streets that I'm just singing for you. Wonder how you found another way. You got me tatted on. All right, so I'm going to. Um, I was gonna get in here and talk to y'all, but I'm pretty much just gonna break down this week so far. I think that'd be a more educational video, a more beneficial video for everyone. Um, it'll give more value than me just getting on here just saying what I was gonna say because it's the end of the year. Um, but right now we are in December, the end of December, almost end of the year, so you can expect volume to be pretty low. If you can look right here, this is Monday. And these are active trades that we took. So we brought it right there. We brought it right here. This went for about 2,000. This went for this went for 50. Pretty sure it went for more than that. That's just always saying 50 right there. It went for 800. My fault. Right there. Took 2 days. You can see Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Um, this was today, or this was Thursday, which is today, still the 21st. It went for about 400 pips or almost 500 pips, and then it just pretty much on the smaller time frame, it just consolidated, and then later on in the session, it dropped down. But pretty much no movement, right? It's in the same area. Then brought up during the Asian session. I'm pretty much talk y'all through why I took these trades, right? Because if you're trading, you need to know the basics, right? As far as like support, supply and demand, which all those are kind of the same, right? It's pretty much just trapping the market in an area for you to better analyze or make um a technical analysis or a better decision. Um, so you see right here these purple like rectangles I have, right? Those are just you can call them whatever you want, support resistance, um, supply and demand, support resistance, premiums, order blocks. You might be in order block in that area, whatever you want to call it, it really doesn't matter, right? Um, there's a lot of terminology. There's a lot of terminology, and it's a lot of terminology in trading. My fault. It's late. But once you get the basics of what everything is, then you start to understand that really the most important thing is just time on the chart, right? Because somebody can get on the chart and they can understand everything, line for line, um, but then they can't execute, right? And if somebody can't execute, they're not going to be able to describe, what made them take that trade, right then and there in that instance, right? They're just getting on, the chart looks pristine. They have lines here, um, they have rectangles there for zones, they have all these other tools and gadgets on their screen, but they're not executing right. They're not pressing that buy or that sell button, right? It's because they don't have confidence in what they're doing, and they don't have confidence because they didn't back test enough. They don't have enough hours back test. I remember someone once said, I think you need 10,000 hours. I believe it's more than that, right? Because it's never ending learning cycle, but you definitely need more than 10,000 hours. But that's a good start. But yeah, so just be on the lookout, And I'm not saying you can't learn from them because just because they aren't executing right, stuff might be, excellent. But me personally, I would want to learn from somebody who is executing, somebody who's actually you know, making actual money from those analysis, right? They're drawing up and marking up. That's the most important thing. I think sometimes we get caught up and looking at other people's trades, especially top traders or traders that have been doing this for, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even a decade or longer. Like we look at their success right now and their chapter, you know, 100. We're in chapter like 2, chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 4, right? So you just have to make it make sense. And at the end of the day, the goal in trading is to make money, right? It's not to catch pips. I mean, you look at these trades, this one went for 2,000, this one went for 800, this one went for almost 500, right? Now on indices, I would consider 500 or more a pretty good trade, right? With my style of trading, I'm trying to catch 1,000 pip trades. Now, that's not available every day, but that's my style of trading. I'm trying to, you know, I wouldn't say swing trade, but more like intermediate, like day trade. So like it's probably gonna take, you know, maybe 1 to 3 hours, right, for my TP or my take profit to be hit. You know, swing trade is a little bit more, right? It's probably you know, about 4 to 5 hours to a day, right? Or to 2 days, right? Something like that. And then of course scalp trading or scalpers, you know, that's very quick. That's like 5, 10, 15, you know, 30, maybe 45 minutes. They're out, they're done, right? That's scalping. But yeah, I'm an intermediate day trader. So my stuff usually takes, you know, a little bit longer to hit my targets, as you can see, right? Because the market fluctuates. But yeah, if somebody can't break it down and explain why they got in it, and it can be in the simplest of form, right? As long as they understand what's going on. Like you see right here, I have 3 breakdowns of 3 different trades, and it's all broken down in the simplest form, the simplest fashion, right? um the best way to communicate to people is not to use a whole bunch of fancy words, right? You need to know this stuff. You need to know, you know, what order blocks are. You need to know, you know, what support and resistance is. You need to know what time confluency is. You need to know all of those things, right? But at the end of the day, if you can't break it down into simple terms as far as like why you got in, like right here for this trade number 1 on Monday, right? And for each one, reasons the trade was taken. Right now, I'll even get into this one. Um, I said or I mentioned the reasons it was taken, but I also go into the reasons why it didn't play out, right? um, Fortunately, it wasn't an SL, but I'll go into why it didn't play out, right? But right here, trade number 1, right? Reasons the trade was taken, right? I have 4 basic explanations to why I entered the trade. Now, of course, these are reasons, and this one is 4, the next one is 3, and the next one after that is 3. But you know, aside from the reasons why the trade was taken, it also lined up with my trading style, right? That's another thing, right? And my trading style is kind of mixed with discipline, um, technicals, right? And a little bit of fundamentals, right? I mean, you got to know a little bit, you know, what's going on in the economy, right? If everything is green, you know, you can expect stuff to not sell. Like, again, I said I get into it, but like today, right? Everything was green, everything was positive. So that meant what that price for uh it meant that my fault, somebody text, but that means that price should have you know, brought up or should end the day on a positive note or in green, right? Which it did, right? So another reason why that sale did not work out. But you can see right here, right? 4 very simple explanations, right? 4 very simple explanations. And a lot of times people want to make trading harder than what it is. Um, and it is hard, right? It is hard, but it's hard on a different level, right? It's hard as far as like mentally every day you're battling yourself. That's the kind of hard it is, right? As far as like learning the skill or like um, learning like your style, you can do that within 1 to 2 years, right? The thing that people give up with is after they learn that stuff, they think that stuff is gonna make them profitable, right? No, it's not gonna make you profitable, right? It's just going to enhance your chances. What's gonna make you profitable, right? Aside from learning the terminology, is gonna be hours on the chart, right? Live hours on the chart, right? I'm not somebody that's gonna advocate demo, right? Because you don't have any emotional attachment to demo. If you're looking at a trade in demo and it's going up and down, fluctuating, right? While you're in it, you're not gonna be, nervous or this, that, and the third, right? If it's live money on the line, if you have something that risking, um, you're risking if you made the wrong decision, because every decision you make in trading or trading currency is your choice, it's your decision, right? So every mess up, every L is your choice, right? It's not the market. The market's gonna do what the market's gonna do. It's never the market's fault if you hit an SL, right? The market's gonna do what the market's gonna do. Even if you be like, it wicked you out, right? What was right there that wicked you out, right? Why did it wick right there, right? Why did it happen at that particular time? It's gonna be your fault, right? So, you have to take accountability, because every choice you make, the result and the outcome is gonna be on you. It's gonna be in your hands. But yeah, so every trade idea or every trade taken, it can be broken down in the simplest form, right? If price is at a certain area the previous day and price breaks that area, right? As far as for my style, I'm going to buy it. Right now, it doesn't win every time, but it wins enough and it does what I need it to do. Right. If I see price rejecting the area, right? Let's say if price is rejecting below, I'm going to be looking for buys, right? If price is rejecting above, I'm going to be looking for sales, right? That's just, technicals mixed with my style of trading, and I'm going to pull the trigger every time. Most people don't pull the trigger because most people do not spend enough time back testing, right? So have to make sure you back test and get those hours in on the chart and actually get those live reps in, right? When the market is moving. If you are scared, use a small lot size, right? Let's say you put $1,000 in, use a 0.01, right? If you're on indices, you're risking about, depending on your lot size, you're risking anywhere between 20 and $50, right? Out of $1,000, you can afford to lose that. Now, I'm not saying put 1,000 in and gamble it away, right? But I'm saying, like, if you're somebody who's put that time in on the chart, to put that time in learning, go ahead and put 1,000 in and see what you can do with the smallest lot size. You can get an idea of what that money can do, right? Or put 500 in and use 0.01, right? Because if you lose, it's not going to be, the end of the world, right? We're talking about 30, $50, right? You're spending that a day, right? Eating or something like that, right? So that's just my suggestion for that. But yeah, you guys can screenshot this or take shots of it, right? So you can just see what it is, right? Just me pretty much, and it's very simple, right? Broke what back trend that the support that was formed, right? And which one is this for this one? So I didn't even wear that good. So I pretty much said right here when we broke out of this support that was created right here from last week, right? Last week it created a support, right? Came up here, failed to break, came up here again, failed to break, came up here, failed to break. Then we have today, which is this week, or not today, but we had this week or Monday, right? It came to the support again, but actually broke through, right? So then we have over here, and what I said was that it broke back, right? It broke back into the support, which it was formed, which is right here. This is the support from the daily. It's going back all the way from 2 years ago, right? This was a support that they created 2 years ago, right? And what did it do? It broke back into that, right? So just all of those things are just very simple, right? You can break down very simple, right? Then I said again on that same one, right? It broke the yearly high and set a new high, right? If it breaks the yearly high, like I said before, like down here, if it breaks the high, I'm gonna get in. If it breaks the daily high, I'm gonna get in, right? That's just my style, right? See over here for this trade that didn't pan out, it went almost 500 pips. TP was 500, it went 450. So 50 pips or 5 points away from TP. It happens. Right? I should have just known my TPs are 400, 450. So on a normal day, it would have hit. I made it 500, 50 out my range. Boom, then hit. It's cool. SL's in profit, nobody lost, right? So things happen, but right here, it shows you three reasons why I took that trade, right? Price was in a crucial area where it could have been possible snipe, right? And when I say a possible snipe, I mean it could have been a great position if price was actually trying to sell down, right? And what I mean by that, and I reported that live because I report live session trading. I don't release some, it just depends. But I'm working on that now. But yeah, so when I was reporting the live trading, I said, we were taking a position right here instead of right here, because if price came here and broke cleanly, then I would have a chance for 1 to 2 more possible entries, right? To scale into that trade, which it broke, but it didn't do it cleanly. So I didn't place those entries, right? I ended up just having my one entry right here. And like I said on that recording, that we went in a little early, but it showed confirmations on a smaller time frame. That it what rejected from this area right here, and also rejecting on the smaller time frame, which made it a good chance or a good choice to go in with that sell, right, for a possible reversal, right, to the downside. Even though we were in a heavy buy trend, it was a good chance to catch a reversal. I'm not a reversal trader, but it was just a good opportunity, right? But again, it didn't, and also it didn't work out because of a few things, right? Um, this area right here is pretty much just I don't want to say the wrong word and confuse y'all. So I'll just say it just pretty much just broke back into that zone, but it broke back out. Right. So anytime you have something break into it and then break out, right, it's not really going into that zone, or it doesn't want to continue down through that zone, right? You can see over here, it comes up but never goes into it, right? And comes back down. You can see right here, it comes into it. Like I said over here, this is just more visible, right? But this is the same thing. Came into it, then went back down. Right? This one right here came through it and never came back. Right? It came through it and just kept going. This one came through it and never came back and just kept going. This one came through it, coming down, and then came back through, right? So that means what? That it's not trying to push down, right? That they're not trying to go down and collect that right then and there. And that's fine, right? But you just know as a trader, if you're in the sale, don't try to hold that sale, right? Get out, right? Either break even or just um little bit of profits, whatever it is, but you just see what price is doing, what price is showing you, so you know what to do. But that's pretty much just how this week has went. And like I said before, it is the last week of the year for trading, probably. Um, might get an opportunity or two next week, the end of the week, because obviously, Christmas is the weekend. So Monday, Tuesday for sure are gonna be no trade days. Nobody's gonna be in the market. So it's also bank holidays, right? So price is not gonna be moving too much. And if it is moving, it might be pretty dangerous to be into. So a lot of people, a lot of traders, a lot of full-time traders, they won't be back into the market until probably first week, second week of January, right? I'm probably gonna be back around January the 8th, personally. So I might look for tomorrow, like I said, because today is Thursday. I might look for tomorrow, one more move for the week. Because we had one trade, two trades, right? Would have been three, but didn't hit. So we had, we're 2-0 on the week. So I'll either be looking to close a strong week with those two trades, which almost eclipse 3,000 pips on the week. But um yeah, I have to see. I have to see how price plays out today. Price was showing me pretty good things. That's why I took that trade. But price is gonna have to show me something for sure tomorrow, right? For sure. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is not an option. Oh, and one more thing, if you guys do not follow me on Instagram or IG, and I'm gonna drop that below. I know I never drop below, but it's digital_money_marv on Instagram, right? You can follow me there. I got my link in my bio, my link tree, my link in my bio. It has everything. It has my free chat, my free Telegram chat. It has my um my group website, which I do offer signals and education, stuff like that, which is very low. If you look at my Instagram, you see my results over the years. Yeah, so tap in with that, tap in with that. Then it also has this YouTube channel, which you guys are seeing it on here, so you don't have to worry about that. But follow me on Instagram, digital_money_Marv, right? And then if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because like I said, you can also click notifications, right? I really appreciate it. But follow me on this trading journey, right? Now, hopefully I'll be able to inspire you guys, and you guys will be able to, keep going with your trading, and, you'll get on here and actually take bits and pieces. I think the next video I drop is probably going to be more on the psyche of trading. I think that'll really help a lot of people, because like I said, you can learn the skill in 1 to 2 years. A lot of trading success is based off of psyche and discipline, right? Those are the main things, right? Everybody's saying risk management and all these kind of things. You can have great risk management and not be profitable. I'm gonna be real with you, right? Great risk management and not profitable, right? So it's really just about, after you learn that stuff, it's about your psyche, right? How you think. Um, that's the main thing. I'm not gonna lie, that's the main thing, because you have to be able to not only let your winners win, but you have to let your losers lose, right? You have to let your winners win, let your losers lose, and you have to be disciplined to your plan. And all of that is based off your psyche, right? That's based off your mental. So that's why I say that that's the most important thing in trading. That's gonna make you profitable, right? Over a long period of time. But like I said, I let you guys go. Hope this call helped. I hope this video helped, and see you guys at the top, because the bottom is not an option.